Hi, I welcome you to today's tutorial video, where I will demonstrate the use of virtual groups. Virtual groups are used to place large numbers of items with predefined distance rules. We can modify these regularities afterwards, redistributing the elements with new distances. Placing with a virtual group is faster and more regular than copying a specific element in large numbers. Let's get to work. In this lecture hall, we will distribute spotlights and chairs. Let's start with the ceiling spotlights. To do this, I'm going to activate the floor plan view and we're going to work in that. You will be able to access the instructions of the virtual group in the drafting menu, 2D groups, virtual group submenu. Let's do the settings first. We can only place an object on the floor plan or a virtual group. The virtual group means that we can choose which object we want to place and which 2D symbol we match to it. By clicking the second Modify button, I select the spot lamp type, and by clicking the first Modify button, its 2D symbol. Next, I need to set the distribution of the elements, and within that, the horizontal and vertical distance between the elements. The horizontal distance is 2000 mm, the vertical distance is 1500 mm. The minimum distance from the boundary line remains 500 mm. The relative height is 3900 mm. It is important to set the reference point of the object with which to place it. Here I choose the center point of the spotlight. I need to set where to put it. In the distribution reference point within the area option, I choose the middle point. No offset is given now. After the settings are finished, close the window with the OK button. The next step is to select the area. We have three options for defining the area: distribution by walls, distribution by room, or distribution by profile. Select the distribution by walls command. I click into the lecture hall, and the program places the group of lights according to the settings. I drew in advance where the chairs will be placed, and here these lanes will be the traffic lanes. I want the spots to be placed on the traffic lane, so I change the distribution. To do this, I click on one of the elements of the group. Select the virtual group marker, and the redistribute command from the menu. I shift it in the Y direction by 750 mm. In this way, the lights are placed exactly in the middle of the road. I accept the amendment. Let's look at the lamps in 3D. In the next step, I will place the same lamps in the restroom. I will continue to use the commands of virtual group menu. I will not change the settings now, but will change them afterwards. I choose the distribution by walls command, and select the restroom. As we can see, the distribution is not correct. I would like the lights to be a little further from the wall. Furthermore, they should be at the same distance from the wardrobe and the other side of the room. To do this, the distribution area must first be changed. Click on one of the elements in the group. The area is marked by a blue polyline. Click on the polyline, then on the offset and modify the border to the cabinet. Now the lights are equidistant from the cabinet and the wall. Then change the side spacing. I click on the item, and select the virtual group marker, and redistribute command. The horizontal distance between the elements will be 1200 mm. The vertical distance remains 1500 mm. The other values do not change either. So, the distribution is correct. In the next part, in the lecture hall we will replace the previously placed spot lamp type with another, but we will keep its 2D symbol. For this, I will make the replacement of the elements on the floor plan. I click on an item in the group, and select the virtual group marker again. Then the Replace Group command. The Replace dialog appears. Here, we can set whether we want to replace the given object element by element, or perform the replacement for the entire group. Here I change the whole group. I select the new lamp from the library, to after which I replace all the elements of the group. As we can see, the floor plan appearance has not changed, only the 3D objects have changed in this group. The white spotlights remained in the restroom. We still need to adjust the relative height of the new lights. I select an element on the floor plan, and change its relative height to 3850 mm. To change the height of the other elements, click on the previous element, then on the virtual group marker and on the Adjust All to the Same Height command. Now all elements in the group are placed at the same height. Now, we will continue with the placement of the chairs. First, we will place the chairs here, in the upper lane, using the same virtual group commands. Let's set its properties. I choose the object option in the settings. In this case, the 2D symbol of the object will be the top view of it. By clicking the Modify button, I select a conference chair from the library. The size of the chair is 500 by 500 by 750 mm. This will be important when setting the distribution. The reference point of the object should be the upper left point. From this point we will move the elements apart. The horizontal distance between the elements should be 1000 mm. The chair is 500 mm deep, so the legroom will be 500 mm. The chairs are placed next to each other, so the vertical distance will be 510 mm. The minimum distance from the border should be 0. The relative height is also 0. The reference point of the distribution area should be the center of the area. The offset should be 200 mm in the X direction. I accept the settings. I specify the distribution area with a polyline. I simply draw around the pre-drawn dashed line. It is necessary to have traffic space in the back and in front. That's why I'm deleting the first and last row of seats. This is how the traffic area was formed. I'm going back to the floor plan. Now I will replace these chairs with another object. I click on one of the items in the group. I select the virtual group marker, and click the Replace Group command. I want to perform the exchange for the whole group. I select the new item from the library to replace the chairs with. Let's see the result in 3D. In the next step, we will create the rows of chairs on the right by using a new 2D symbol. To do this, I create a new group in the library. I will draw it on the floor plan using the rectangle tool. First, I draw a rectangle, then rewrite its dimensions to 500 by 500 mm. I draw the line of the backrest. Then I choose the Create Group in Library instruction. I select the chair symbol drawn earlier. I accept with Enter, and enter the reference point, which will be the middle point. I save it to the library. I choose a category, and create a subcategory. Before placing the next group of chairs, I set the virtual group property. Now I choose the virtual group. I select the 2D symbol created earlier. Then I select the office chair I used earlier from the object library. The horizontal distance will be 1000 mm, the vertical distance will be 510 mm. The relative height will be 0. The offset in the x direction will remain 200 mm. I accept the settings. I choose the distribution area with polyline command. Now I redraw the bottom lane. The new group of chairs with the previous distribution has been completed. You can see that it was completed with the 2D symbol drew and saved earlier. Here, too, the seats in the back and front rows must be deleted. I would also like to show you how the elements of the groups can be moved or deleted at the same time. I select an element of the group, I click on the virtual group marker, and here I choose the command Move Same Elements. The reference point of the movement should be the center point of the group. I will move it by 500 mm. Now, I will delete the upper group of chairs. Clicking on an element, I select the virtual group marker, then the Same Elements command. In this case, the entire group is selected. I can even move the whole group by clicking on the Move marker, or I can delete it. Now delete it. I copy the lower group of chairs into the upper part. Clicking on an element, I select the virtual group marker, then the Same Elements command. The entire group is selected. I click on the Move marker, and select the Move a Copy command. Finally, the two groups of chairs have the same 2D symbol and 3D object. This brings us to the end of the training video. I hope it was useful for you, and you will be able to use the virtual group. As you can see, this is a great way to place large number of elements on the floor plan by specifying the distribution rule. They can be easily modified, moved, or deleted. Thank you very much for staying with me. Have a nice day.